And so the John Jay approach was to inundate an area and try to get into the experience of people prior to crime, meaning prior to domestic violence, prior or during to drug use, and prior to suicide. And this approach where the healing has to go one-on-one. And this is something that I just want to put out there. I think one of the greatest solutions we could have to issues of domestic violence, drug use, gun violence, gang violence, and so forth, is somehow allowing people to tell their story in the presence of a deep and reflective human being. So as in the late work I've been doing in a rehab center, one thing I'm noticing one by one is watching people rethink their life in the presence of sustained, skillful questioning. Okay? Right in front of me, and Shai and I have experienced this, you ask people, they have tremendous pain, tremendous rage is built up. Oftentimes it drives medicating, and therefore it drives drug and alcohol use. It might drive crime, it might drive domestic violence, it actually might drive suicide or murder. But to watch what happens when, again, it's a kind of a questioning that's not so much going, again, the true psychoanalytic dimension, which is let's go back to the past, but look at how your mind is operating something and your solution is, I hate this person, I can't stand this person, I'm the victim, this person's the aggressor. It's a kind of thinking, or I'm a loser, nothing I do works, everything that I do turns to lead. Right? Two kinds of thinking. And what it means to talk to a person and, with a goal in mind, but not a pushy method, for a person to suddenly reconceive. And I just saw it yesterday. I think, Shai, you were in the room where a person, Shai and I both saw somebody doggedly committed to a certain way of thinking about a person that was producing in him rage. And I think the rage was connected to his alcoholism, his alcohol abuse. And Shai and I double teamed this guy. And you could all of a sudden, about 15, 20 minutes in as we went around the room, he suddenly took out a piece of paper and said, let me write down what you guys are saying. Now, we just stayed on the guy very gently, and all of a sudden, a shift, right? A shift. He saw himself differently. He saw the other people differently. Everything began to shift. His body relaxed. His anger went away. He smiled because right in front of him, his world changed. Now, whatever that has to do over a long time with rehab and addressing drug and alcohol abuse, Shai knows the theory far better than I do, but that looked like a good moment. That looked like a moment when, in this case, the drive to drink and hatred of another person diminished greatly, and with continued teaching in that way, this person might end up not an addict, not an angry person, and maybe even not an abusive person as this person gets older. So I have a fantasy that of all the methods we have in the world, symbolic ones as well, and actual crime prevention as well, and suicide prevention as well, what it would mean for people to be able to reflectively tell their experience, have another person help them reframe themselves away from the idea where the solution is to hurt somebody, the solution is to hurt myself. Now, I'm not saying this is a panacea, because there are many people whose mental problems go far beyond talking. We need medication, psychiatry, and so forth. But it gave me a little bit of a messianic taste of what it would be like if we had the skill, the will, the national resources, et cetera, to make something like this happen. So what I wanted to share with you after all of this, I'm looking down at these, at these different shooters and so forth. And I just wish some good people could have gotten a hold of them and loved them in a way that could have perhaps taken the edge and the angst off of their lives, where when they got up that day and said the only solution today is to kill people, who knows if they would have had enough love, enough community, enough kindness, enough redirecting in their life where we never would have heard it. And who knows how many of these are avoided because people have love, community, warmth, acceptance, and understanding.
Sim, shalom, sim, shalom, sim, shalom, tova, v'racha.